one, top three would be glutamine. A lot of people know it's mainly for recovery, but it also aids in digestion with the repair of the stomach lining and the intestinal lining tissues. But the main goal for that supplement is tissue repair. When do you take it? So there's some various studies out there, but the main thing is take it when you need it. So a lot of people will take it with their breakfast, especially around your workouts, before, during, and after. If you're taking any sort of supplement or shake at that time, and even before bed, it aids in the repair overnight. So, how much should you take? So that all depends on how much muscle tissue you have. Then it gets right down into grams. So, for an average lifter, I would say anywhere from 5 to 15 grams per day. 5 for a more slender type, smaller bikini athlete. If you're getting up towards 10 to 15, you're leaning towards the intermediate to advanced lifter that has quite a bit of mass on them. You can see it even go up to around 20 grams. So, but that is only, you're going to see that with professional lifters, or people that have digestive issues. So that would be when and where and how much to take. If you're in taking it multiple times a day, just take the whole value and cut it up in between. So if you're at 10 grams and you're doing it pre, intra, and post workout, and that's your only times, you could do a 3, 3, and 4. If you're doing it breakfast and night and once during workout, same idea, but put the most around your workout. So that's going to it's going to aid in that recovery, speed up that process. So moving into number 2, we're going into creatine. That would be my second recommendation. A lot of people have a lot of misinformation with creatine. They think it's for muscle building, but it's actually not. It's for recovery. When you get down into the sources of energy in the body and all that stuff and all those things, one of the actual sources that the muscle uses is called ATP. It's androstenedione triphosphate. And to actually make that chemical in the body, you need the creatine molecule. So when the creatine molecule is ingested, most of the time you get it from red meat. But if you do get refined versions of it and ingest it, it aids in the production of ATP. So the chemical reaction using creatine to actually build ATP, the byproduct is unfortunately water. So what I tell people, and everyone's a little bit more sensitive than the next, because a lot of people do notice that you have water retention when it comes to taking creatine. So in the whole area of chemicals in the body and all that stuff, what I tell people is start at the 5-gram dose. Don't do like the preload or what you see on the product, because basically you're just wasting your money. Start right away at the 5 grams. If you're not noticing enough, you can start upping it 2 to 2.5 grams until you get to 10. But always read your body. So when you're waking up in the morning and you feel like your joints are really waterlogged, you just kind of feel like you're holding water. Obviously, you've taken too much, and your body started, instead of holding the water in the cell, it's seeping out of the cell and getting into the bloodstream, and then you're just holding water. So the easy analogy is you kind of feel like you woke up after you've drinking a lot, like I had a full night of partying and wake up and you're just, all your joints are waterlogged and you just feel bloated. It's that same type of feeling. So dial your dosage back. And the best time to take creatine obviously is around your workouts. So that, I said, like I mentioned earlier, it aids in the production of ATP. And the ATP is the energy source that the body uses for explosive movement, which is essentially lifting weights. So sprinting, lifting weights, all like fast spurts of energy, that's usually the ATP source. So that is the whole analogy when it comes down to creatine. It's not for muscle growth. You will get more muscle because you're creating more energy source for the muscle tissue to use, but it's for recovery. Last one for me for top 3 would be EAAs, so essential amino acids. A lot of people don't know the difference between EAAs and BCAAs, which is branched chain amino acids. So to break it down and make it easy for people, branched chain amino acids the body already produces by themselves. So we already produce our own branched chain amino acids. Same as taking a multi-mineral. You take more, your body absorbs what it wants, and it kicks out the rest. EAAs, essential amino acids, are ones that we do not produce by ourselves and we only get from what we eat. So foods that we put into our body and we digest. So EAAs are more essential for our body to use and utilize in recovery and building of tissue and stuff like that. So that is the main difference between the two. There are some products out there that have a blend of them, like Mutant Gear is a really good one. I know HD products have a lot of good products that have a lot of really good EAAs. Do your research. And the difference between EAAs and branched chains does mix well with water. EAAs is a little bit more refined of a powder and it doesn't mix very well. So just shake it or have a blender or something like that. But it's more beneficial for your body and for recovery.